Welcome to the next episode of the Detroit Lions franchise. Today on episode 3, we're taking on the Buffalo Bills on Thursday Night Football. Let's see how this one goes. Thanks for watching, and go Lions.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
On the visitor's sideline, Lions head coach Dan Campbell. His guys got the season started on a high note, a home victory in the opener. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys also winners in week 1, so a couple of 1-0 teams ready to get after it here. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. Oh, what a move.
The Lions take over first and
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Well, this defense for the Bills, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Gibbs will try and pick it up. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3-and-out and did just that. They'll try the air now with Goff. Rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. It's Williams on the catch. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Jack Fox on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Buffalo offense set to take the field, and they always like their chances when Josh Allen is the one taking the snaps.
Easily one of the top quarterbacks, one of the top players in the NFL, finished in the top 5 in MVP voting for the 4th straight season to let you know exactly how great he is. One of the best in the league, just needs one more thing, a Super Bowl appearance and hopefully hoisting a trophy.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Allen. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Try to get that pass to Khalil Shakir, but now it's 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
33-yard line.
Allen going to throw to the right side, and he's got more complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Allen to throw it. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, out is Tommy Doman to punt for Buffalo. Greg Dortch back deep. Taking it about the 16. 51 yards on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up, because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And Oliver able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. First down, here's the run with Cook. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Coleman. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 4 at the 9-yard line.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
First down. 1st down and goal to go.
Cook. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Cook will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 7-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was James Cook capping all of that off with a touchdown run. Oh, nice move. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, Goff. It's complete to Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Detroit.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's going to be hemmed in and blocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Now it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40.
St. Brown. A gain of 13 yards. And the Lions first down.
Here's Pacheco headed right. They'll get this down to the 38. The Lions are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will stay at a 7-point game. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Here, we just got to do ball control. This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
At the 45-yard line.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit. And then now you can see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. A handoff now for Pacheco. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On fourth down, Goff. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. So after the INT, it's Allen. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Allen. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so they're going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Motion man is Shakir. Allen now looks to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. DJ Moore, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Prater for the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. There's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A give right side for Pacheco. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
From the gun, it's Allen. This to the tight end, Kincaid. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Allen now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. DJ Moore as the first half is winding down. And the Bills would extend their lead here just before halftime. Prater on to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Goff now looking to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will stay a 3-touchdown game. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half.
Jack Fox to kick off.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. So here are the Bills to take over. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Allen. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So nothing doing there. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Lions' 48-yard line.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. To throw is gone. A short throw to Conklin, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. On the handoff, it's Pacheco. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Gone. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down, Lions.
Now a toss left for Pacheco. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
The last thing I want to do is not give Amon-Ra St. Brown his due, because he is one of the most consistent receivers in the league, but he's much more than that.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory.
He's across midfield.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down where they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Back to throw, Goff. That is caught. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 33. 14 yards that time for number 14. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. This is Pacheco. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17. Into the red zone, first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Lions first down.
Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bills' 9-yard line.
Here's Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run here with Pacheco. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
At the 6-yard line.
Here's Pacheco once again. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
11 at the 48-yard line.
Palmer going to go in motion left. Now Allen. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. To the air, Allen. And that is incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he's up to the 24. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Goff now a very strong 7 of 8 in the second half. He's got a 1st and 10. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Intercepted. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Allen off the bootleg. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Defensively.
Here's Allen to throw it. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the left sideline. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it makes the score 21-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Oh, look at the juke. And makes it across the 20 as these guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And 9 yards to go.
To throw, it's Allen. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Lions offense and Jared Goff set to take over once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Into space at the 45. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Out of the gun, Goff. Got his man, it's Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Goff now looks to throw. Finding Williams once more, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Detroit.
Here's 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here comes 2nd down. Now Goff. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Greg George.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be recovered by the Bills, and that should all but do it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
The Bills will kneel it out and take a 3-point victory over the Lions here on Thursday Night Football. Well, we fought back in the second half. Didn't let up a second half point.
switch to their opponent.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different.
But the
ultimately,
Bills
time
take home a
runs
big
out on the
win
comeback,
at
so
home.
fall short, and they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Now the fourth quarter they
Stats
wanted,
for
but they
you,
did
Josh
earn the
Allen.
win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to
Allen,
go back
9
to
of 20,
practice, see if
only
they can do
89
it in the
yards, 2
future, leave
touchdowns,
from
and a pick
slipping away
6
like this one
thrown.
was.
Goff, 19 of 28, 240 yards in
So
the
for
air,
the
1 touchdown to
Bills,
2 interceptions.
it's a win here in their home
Rushing-wise,
opener
Isaiah
as they
Pacheco,
move
19
to
for
2-0.
83.
And they'll
On
get
the
a few
ground,
extra
Cook,
days
11
to
for
get ready
46
for
and
next
a
week.
touchdown.
Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall
Receiving,
to 1-1.
DJ Moore had
And
both
they'll get a
receiving
chance to
touchdowns for
redeem
Buffalo.
themselves at
How about
home next
Jamison
week.
Williams, 7 for 101 and a touchdown.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm
Defensively,
Brandon
C.J.
Gordon.
Gardner
This is the
Johnson, both
NFL
picks off of
on
Jared
EA
Goff.
Sports.
Christian Izien, 1 pick that was returned 63 yards for a touchdown. Kicking, Jake Bates, 1 of 1 on extra points, and he missed 2 of the 3 field goals. So, the Bills take home a win in week 2. The Lions fall to 1-1 on the season. We'll see if they pick up another win next week at New York. Weekly recap coming up next for you. What a game. I mean, it was a fun game still. We'll play the Jets at home next week. Here's your weekly recap for week 2.
Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here. This is your week 2 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap, presented by Lowe's. Earn your Sunday. Lots to get you caught up on. We'll start in Arlington. The Cowboys at home to take on the Washington Commanders. And it's a 1,200-yard rusher from a season ago, Javonte Williams. He's got room, and he's not going to get caught. That's a 30-yard rushing touchdown. The Cowboys are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. Got another one to get to right now. How about Gang Green? The Jets, they're hosting the Green Bay Packers. And it's the rookie 4th-rounder from Clemson, Cade Klubnik. He connects. It's a 16-yard touchdown. Time to check out the NFL injury report for Week 2. Our top story this week centers on this man, the veteran running back. He suffered what appears to be a pretty substantial knee injury. His guys are going to have to find a way to make do without him for a spell. So many great performances in Week 2 makes it difficult to narrow the choices down for the EA Sports Player of the Week. And we'll hand the award to this man, Josh Allen. He played about as well as you can play in the win over the Lions. Whatever the defense tried to throw at him, he had the answer. Nothing worked. Meanwhile, a look now at the rest of the weekend's top performers, guys who are starting out hot here in the first 2 weeks. Next up, let's give you a look at the guys who have put together a couple of solid weeks so far. It's our league leaders in receiving through 2 weeks of games. With that, a look at the rest of the scores from a jam-packed Week 2 of the new NFL season. And that's a wrap for this week. For
That
all
was
the
your weekly
hardworking men and
recap
women
in
in the
Week
studio,
2.
Scott Hansen
Hope
saying
you did
good
enjoy
night.
today's
We'll see you
episode.
again next
We'll
week.
see you next week
right
for our game
here
against
on
the New York
EA
Jets.
Sports.